Hi, I'm Noelle Randall, real estate millionaire, entrepreneur, and mom of five. And in this documentary style episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 𝗀𝑟EZ Incorporated's first brand new property. I'm going to be showing you our brand new duplex that we are making more than $600 per night on. And it is the first acquisition of my crowdfunded company, 𝗀𝑟EZ Incorporated. I'm going to be sharing with you the new way to make money in real estate. All the details, all of how much I paid, showing you every room and everything so you can do the exact same thing too. Let's go.
Noelle. Yeah, she can fix that. If you gotta get it done, no, you need to do it better. Well, she can fix that. Yeah, she can fix that. Investment to get back, trying to get a big stack. She can fix that. Let's fix that.
So one of the first things that I had to do with 𝗀𝑟EZ Incorporated after we started raising money was start buying property and acquiring property, whether we leased it, whether we bought it, or we just controlled the property. And so we started off really conservatively and we wanted to lease some properties. So you'll see that we leased some properties and some luxury apartment condos in Clearwater, and we did a few in Kissimmee, and then we have some in some other states. And then this was like the first property, this duplex was the first property that was completely purchased that we own with 𝗀𝑟EZ's money as the investors. So I was super excited to buy this property in 𝗀𝑟EZ's name and put this property on Airbnb. It was new construction and it was actually vacant. And it is the only floor plan of this type in this entire subdivision. So let's kind of talk about how I decided on this property and how we were going to go about getting it. Well, like I said, one of the things that I wanted to do was get the best property that we possibly could, since it was the first property that we were going to buy in 𝗀𝑟EZ's name. And I knew that I had a lot of investors that I was going to be beholden to, and I wanted to make sure this was like a grand slam. So I was super deliberate when I was, putting my real estate agent hat back on and really combing through the inventory around Kissimmee, really focusing on what was near Disney World, what was near Universal Studios, what was near SeaWorld, and Legoland, and like all of the major attractions that are in the Orlando Kissimmee area. And so there's a few subdivisions, this being one of them, Encore Resort, that does very well for Disney. The subdivision Encore is actually owned by Reunion. So this Kissimmee, Florida area is actually called Reunion because this resort has hundreds and hundreds of single family homes, condos, and hotels. So it's Reunion, and then it's Encore, which is the subdivision that we are in. It is a division of Reunion. And then you also have Bear's Den, which is the upscale luxury homes in this resort. And so we'll show you some of those as well. But Encore being the main subdivision where a lot of vacation rentals come. I did a lot of research on this area and saw how many people were coming to this area, how much these homes were renting for per night, and how many people could stay in these properties. The data on these areas was very good. The cheapest home rents in here for about $300 per night, and the smallest home in this subdivision is 5 bedrooms, and they have properties that go up to 12 or 14 bedrooms, I forget. And so tons of places for people to stay. Multiple families can stay here, and they're booking at, again, from $400 a night to almost $1,000 per night, depending on how many bedrooms and the amenities of the house. So let's get into this brand new duplex. Like I said, this property is a duplex because it has the same floor plan downstairs and upstairs. There's 3 full bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, and a half bath on each floor. So it's a total in this entire home of 6 bedrooms, 6 full bathrooms, and 2 half bathrooms. But again, you'll notice the floor plan is exactly the same downstairs and upstairs. So there's a full kitchen on both floors. There is a refrigerator and a dishwasher and a pantry and everything. So it is a full unit on each floor. But legally, this property is not a duplex. However, for the purpose of what we are doing with short-term rentals, we can use it as a duplex. We can rent both the first level and the second level separately, or we can rent them together. The way this floor plan is designed is absolutely amazing. You'll notice when you look at the house, it has 2 garages, but each garage goes to 1 level. So there's 1 garage for the downstairs level that lets right out into the downstairs level, and then there's a second garage that lets you into the second floor level without any of the 2 parties ever having to touch or connect with each other to enter or exit the home. The only common area that the 2 upstairs and the downstairs level shares is the pool area. And you'll notice the pool area is so large that actually two families could easily coexist and not be all over each other. This is one of the bigger pools in this neighborhood, much bigger than even some of my other pools at some of the other properties that I have in this exact same neighborhood. Additionally, there's tons of space to just lay out and relax. You know, that round patio couch is just so amazing and people love relaxing and sitting out there. Additionally, because the pool is fenced in, we built that fence directly. You'll see some footage there where we actually had this installed. And I'll even tell you a funny story about this pool. Like I said, this pool area is beautiful and amazing, but then one of the things that we actually had is we did not have a pool fence when we first moved into this property, when we first purchased this property. And we actually lost a booking because they had a small child and they did not like that there was not a pool fence. Now you will notice there are pool alarms, so as soon as you open any of these doors to go outside, if a child is trying to go outside, the alarm will immediately blare and you would know that a child or someone has opened the door without pushing the button. And the button is high enough where no child could reach it and just sneak outside. But as an added measure, we have added this pool fence, and it is perfectly designed to protect any child that would wander outside. They could not get into the pool and have any of those issues. Continuing on with this property, what I absolutely love about the kitchen is it's very spacious, and you will see that the island is so large. That was another thing that I was very deliberate about when I was picking out this property for our guests, to make sure that it was super profitable. Our guests loved it and they enjoyed it, but it was super profitable for our investors. I know that kitchens and bathrooms really sell. Just all of my years and expertise in real estate has really kept me aware of what people are looking for, and I know how important having a nice mattress, a nice bedroom, and its own bathroom, how important that is to people, especially people vacationing. So each of the rooms all have their own private bathroom, and that is absolutely amazing. And then the kitchen is large and spacious. It has a refrigerator with double side, all stainless steel appliances, all brand new appliances, fully equipped with all of the dishes and pots and pans that any family or person or couple would need to cook and enjoy an absolutely amazing meal here. We have all of the amenities. Of course, we go high end with our coffee makers and Keurigs and things like that, so people just enjoy every moment of their time here. So as for the furniture, we definitely go with a very high end but mid-level. Of course, no, we don't go with Haverty's or Ethan Allen or anything like that, but we do select furniture that is very durable and sturdy and still has a high end feel to it. So we can't go super cheap in our properties, no IKEA, no Walmart furniture or anything like that. We definitely have to buy from like the major retailers so that it is sturdy, but we have negotiated some deals where we have commercial relationships with some major furniture companies so that we get sturdy furniture that's durable, it lasts, it's under warranty, and it looks really good. The design is just so amazing. So as we go through the bedrooms, because again, this really sells, and of course, when we're talking about Airbnb, the pictures and the video really sells the property. And of course, if the property is crap, the pictures are going to be crap. So we have beautiful properties, and we make sure that they are illustrated very nicely in all of our pictures and videos. So let's start with the master bedroom, because of course, this is super important. When couples or families come, they want a very nice, clean, large bedroom, comfortable mattress that's, medium firm. We don't do really soft mattresses or really firm ones. We really try to go medium, but we put a really high quality mattress. This is somewhere where we actually do spend some money, is on the bed and on the bedding, to make sure that the beds are expensive, they're gonna last, and they look really good. And so people, regardless of their weight, they are comfortable in that bed, because we do understand that there are smaller and larger travelers, and we wanna make sure that whoever comes to our properties are comfortable. You'll also notice that the walls in every master bedroom, of course, is painted, and we start to put our style there. We brand all of our paintings so that they have the NewRez logo on them, because we're branding not only for our guests so that we can have repeat customers, but also branding our properties in a way that they stand out from other properties, and people love this. Again, we put, lamps in there. We make sure the dressers are all brand new and completely cleaned off. We always make sure that the remote control is right there for the large screen TV that's mounted on the wall. We already have loaded on all of our TVs, all of your major apps like Netflix and Amazon and YouTube, so that a traveler, no matter where they're from, whether they have an account or not, they automatically can just turn that TV on and they can log into their favorite streaming platforms. And we have our own NewRez account that does that for them. And we set that up on every single TV, and we set it so that it's really easy for people to just turn the television on, and it works perfectly. So another amazing thing about the property in Encore, and why I chose this property in regards to the televisions is because included in the HOA, the Homeowners Association, a monthly fee that we pay to be a part of this resort, is of course you have access to all of these amazing amenities, not just the amenities at the property. There's a large resort, there's restaurants, there's a fitness center. You see all of these beautiful amenities that this resort has, and that is included for our guests with the HOA that we pay. So our guests love coming here, and this is one of the reasons why they pay more per night to stay not only at our property, but to have access to those amenities. Another thing that the HOA includes that I love and why this was a great buy for us and NewRez as a company was because the HOA also includes the cable TV and the internet. So a part of the HOA includes all of the internet, so that's already included for this property, and cable television. Now, obviously with times changing, many people don't watch cable as much, but we have that on all of the TVs for them. And again, that was included in the HOA. So back to the bedroom, things that I absolutely love. Like I said, the bed is so important, the furniture in here, painting the wall and putting decor on it and branding that decor. But now when we go into the master bathroom, you'll see it's clean, it's luxurious. You have a separate tub and shower. We make sure that all of the cabinets and countertops are completely clean and have just what you need and never anything else. So there's white towels on the racks, and there's extra bath cloths and face rags for you. And again, all clean, comfortable, and a very nice layout, so that people can easily access and find the things that they need and enjoy just a beautiful bathroom. The closets are all empty. The bathrooms are clean and well put together, but just a little bit of decor so people feel at home. So now let's talk about the other bedroom. So you'll notice this queen bedroom here is again for a couple or a child or older child, but we always make at least one of the bedrooms that has at least a king or a queen bed. We really never put any bed smaller than that unless the bedroom is small and the bed won't fit in there. But this is a beautiful queen bed. Obviously we painted the walls and put some decor in there. Very comfortable, again, a very comfortable mattress. And you will notice this is a queen bedroom suite. It has its own bathroom and shower that's already separate, so this person could just go into their own suite and they'd be comfortable in that room with their own bathroom and their privacy. And the fun room is of course the kids room. We always want to have a kids bedroom that is themed out. So because we are just 5 minutes away from Disney World, we're maybe about 15 minutes from Universal Studios, we're right near SeaWorld and all of the major attractions of Orlando and Kissimmee, we absolutely must have a themed bedroom. We usually use Mickey Mouse or Minnie, you'll see it here. And really what we did is we just painted the wall yellow and then just put some stickers and items for Disney that really just pull that room together. Of course, the bedding needs to be Disney and it's clean and it's nice and we keep it fresh. And the bunk beds, kids absolutely love bunk beds with a comfortable staircase. And again, putting quality furniture in here that is going to last year after year, even as the kids wear and tear on it. And then in the kids' bedroom, you'll notice that they actually have a tub shower combination. So this was the perfect room to make a kid's bedroom in case we have small children that actually need to take a bath instead of a shower. You will notice they actually have a tub shower combo. So if there's smaller children in the home, this is the bathtub that kids could be bathed in instead of the stand-up showers. And additionally, we have, of course, some toys in there for them to play with, a little table so kids could play and sit down and have a space for themselves as well. We just want to make sure this place is comfortable and clean and designed for an entire family or for couples, whatever type of business travelers or vacation travelers that we're getting. As you enter the front property, of course, you'll notice that we always paint this area. The entrance of your property is so important. You want to make sure that as soon as people enter into the property, it looks good, it smells good, and it's inviting. So we made sure to paint this entryway with this very calm blue, and then we have this tan color here. It's actually for two purposes. Obviously, we want to put a little bit of color. When you have a brand new construction property, it's very plain, it's very builder beige, and so we want to start painting and putting some color in there, but we also want to be very deliberate with the colors that we use. So we have the blue, which is very beautiful. When people come in, they start to think of a vacation and calm and serene. And then we have this tan here, which is also just to offset that blue, but it also helps with nicks and skids on the wall as people walk by with their luggage and things like that. In case there's some scuff marks on the wall, it does really protect it from that as well. Also in this front area, we put this little shoe rack here so that people can remove their shoes. Obviously, one of the things that we want to do with all of our properties is make sure they are maintained year after year. We have rental properties that we've had had for many years as short-term rentals. And one of the ways that we keep our properties lasting year after year is our house rules, and not wearing shoes inside of the properties, or at least discouraging people wearing shoes inside of the property, really does help with the wear and tear. Even though we have tile floors here, it does really still matter if people wear high heels and sneakers and things like that on the floor. I can show you the difference between properties where there is no one telling people not to wear their shoes, and then a property where people are not wearing their shoes, and the difference and how much longer and the cleaning of it really makes a big difference. So one of the things that is so important when I am deciding whether to buy a property or not buy a property, especially in this scenario where it is for an investment and we are using it for short-term rental, you have to be very deliberate. I'm very deliberate in some of the things that I'm looking for. So of course, it is all about how much money this property is going to make in the long term. So whenever we're buying a property, of course, we start with what we buy the property for, because more than the cash flow, you want to buy a property that's going to be appreciating in value so that you can sell it if you need to. And I also look for properties that I could easily bounce back between long-term rental and short-term rental. Like I said, because we're doing short-term rental, Airbnb, booking.com, you get what I'm saying, renting it out on a nightly basis, of course the area is very important. But I'm also very deliberate to make sure if this property is not profitable, especially a property that I'm buying, I can put a long-term tenant in here and still cash flow this property. Additionally, I could sell the property in a few years, and based on what the property's area has been appreciating, know that I'm going to make money when I cash out on it. So it was super important when I chose this property, and when I choose properties, to look at what the values in that area is doing. I start off, before I even go into the short term, I go right for the property. Like if I was not going to put it on short-term rental, if I was going to make this a long-term rental property, how much are homes appreciating for in this area? And one of the things that I did notice is that homes were appreciating at a pretty steady rate in the Encore and the Reunion resorts. People were able to make good cash flow, and then they were able to get 5 and 10% returns. The values were going up at about 5% per year, depending on the property itself. And most of the properties were cash flowing at about, $40,000 to $50,000 per year. So it was amazing how well the properties were doing cash flow wise and appreciation wise. So I don't usually buy new construction properties. Being really honest with you, that's not usually the best investment, but this turned out to be a majorly awesome investment because I was able to work with the builder and there was some distress there. So one of the things that you may hear Noelle always talking about is you want to buy properties where there is some type of distress. I usually go after someone that's behind on their mortgage payment, or, in bankruptcy or foreclosure or probate or something like that. So you may be asking yourself, why did you buy an empty, brand new construction home, $500,000 with a HOA? Well, I noticed that the homes in this area were selling in the 600s. In fact, this property, we got it, it was listed for $540,000, okay? This was the last property in this whole area, and this was the only floor plan of its type. Like I said, it is a duplex the way it is built, but it is not legally a duplex, but for our purpose, it is a duplex. It is built exactly like a duplex would, but because of the zoning, they could not put in 2 electrical meters and things like that. So I get the benefit of having a duplex without having to have it legally be a duplex because we're putting it on short-term, rental sites. That's the first thing. The second thing is I was paid a 9% commission because they were in distress. They were trying to move out of this area and move down to the street to finish building down there. This was the absolute last house, and they had it listed at $540,000. I negotiated them down to $500,000, and then I also negotiated a 9% commission for myself, which was $45,000. So, giving you the raw numbers, you can see that New Res paid $455,000 for this property. That was the net price. The house next door is owned by a very famous person. I'm not going to say this person's name, but he is someone that is on television, and that property is an 8-bedroom, 6-bath. Like I said, this is a 6.6. His property is an 8.6. So that property is currently under contract for $679,000. And if you were listening closely, you heard that I got this property for $455,000. So this may be a situation where we don't keep this property very many years. We go ahead and we cash out and we get $150,000 and we split that with our investors, or we may make it cash flow and continue because we expect to be able to make $2,000 to $3,000 a month profit on this property month after month. So I'll make that decision and do the best thing for our investors so that we can make the most money possible. So one of the questions that I'm asked all the time about the vision of NewRez, and as a person that is interested in investing in real estate and really trying to learn, like I said, let me give you some really key information. I don't usually start with new construction. Like I said, because we had a lot of cash and because of the pandemic, that was one of the reasons we decided on a new construction property. Additionally, this property is unique. This is 2 units that I basically got using single family financing. I got a 9% commission to buy this, and this was basically a builder's distressful situation. And so if this is the builder's final closeout, if they're offering tons of incentives, like I said, I'm a licensed realtor in the state of Florida. So not only did I get some incentives, I also was paid a commission, which took the price way down. So situations like that, you would be looking for new construction. Otherwise, stick with finding people that are in distress already, someone that's behind on their mortgage payments, they're in foreclosure, they're in bankruptcy, they're divorced, they got relocated, and they need a property. Those are really where my students are finding a ton of opportunity for their Airbnbs and their short-term rental business, and that's where I would suggest for you if you're getting started. Wow, hopefully you really enjoyed this episode because I spilled all of the tea and shared everything with you. If you want to learn more about how you can get your own real estate deals and find properties and make money on properties you don't even own, I've created a brand new course just for you. Check out my course, bnbriches.com. That's B like boy, N like Nancy, B like boy, riches.com. And use the code SAVE50 to take half off of the cost. I want to make sure that you have all of the resources, all of the knowledge, and all of the tools that you need to be successful in real estate. This is Noelle, to your success.